of water, all this flooding water just driving down from the mountain range. And as we come round to this marvellous new stadium, there it is, the pitch in beautiful condition. Outside is a sea of water.
I would especially like to welcome Queensland Deputy Premier, the Honourable Andrew Fraser, Brad Beetson, son of Rugby League immortal Arthur Beetson, Indigenous All-Stars team ambassador Preston Campbell, NRL All-Stars member Luke Bailey, and Indigenous All-Stars member Greg Bird. In just over a week's time, some of the best players from across the game will come together in front of a packed Skilled Park for the 3rd annual Harvey Norman Rugby League All-Stars match. With both teams now decided and going into camp this weekend, the stage is now set for a spectacular week and start to the 2012 season. We are gathered here today to unveil a very special and exciting addition to the 2012 Harvey Norman All-Stars match, the Arthur Beetson Trophy. Anyone who knows rugby league knows Arthur Beetson. He was a man who meant a tremendous amount to the game and also to his people. This year, both sides will not only be playing to take the lead in the 1-1 playing tally, they will be competing for this trophy, now named the Arthur Beetson Trophy. It includes the handprint and signature of rugby league immortal Arthur Beetson and carries with it an enormous amount of significance. I would now like to introduce Indigenous All-Stars Ambassador Preston Campbell. Preston, on your way up, if you could please remove the cover to reveal the Arthur Beetson Trophy. Now I invite Preston to say a few words.
G'day everyone. See, this is the new All-Stars Trophy, now named the Arthur Beetson Trophy. Rugby League lost a great man in December. He was a man who loved the game. When he played with honour and he played with passion. And this is what I think the All-Stars is about. Personally, this match means a lot, and I know it means a lot to many others. I've been very grateful to be part of the comset, and the celebrations around the match itself makes me proud of who I am. Artie is someone whose contribution to rugby league will be felt for many years to come, and the new trophy is not only a fitting tribute to Artie, but it also gives the players something special to play for. Whether you're playing for the NRL All-Stars team or the Indigenous All-Stars team, any player will be honoured to hold the trophy high. I think everyone on and off the field at Skilled Park on the 4th of February will feel a little more passionate and play with a little more heart. I'd like to thank Brad and the Beetson family for allowing us to include the tribute to the All-Stars. I know his representation will be inspiring, now for years to come. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Presto. Can I ask you to remain on stage while I call on Arthur's son, Brad Beetson, to come up? Presto, I believe you are 100% Brad with a jersey.
Yeah. Mate, on behalf of the All-Stars, Indigenous and NRL, I'd like to give this jersey to you.
Brad, would you like to say a few words?
I have to. Thanks for those kind words, Preston. As we all know, Dad was a humble man who shunned accolades for his achievements in the game. However, to have this trophy named the Arthur Beetson All-Stars Trophy is a huge honour, one that Dad and the family, I'm sure Dad would have loved to be honoured to accept it. Dad was a proud Australian and a proud Indigenous man. The All-Stars game gives the Indigenous men the opportunity to play for the people, and it's something that Dad has spoken about for many years. Hopefully his name and association can have a similar impact on this game as it has with the State of Origin. Our family appreciate the support and recognition of Dad's contribution to the game he loved. We hope it's a great night and wish both teams all the best. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Brad. Can I now call Queensland Deputy Premier, the Honourable Andrew Fraser, to say a few words?
Thanks, Jake. Can I formally acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we gather today? Can I acknowledge Brad here in particular on behalf of the Beetson family and Preston as the ambassador for the All-Stars game, and to thank you for all your efforts for this game and indeed in particular for the initiative today, both from the All-Stars game and from the Beetson family, to put Artie Beetson's name on this trophy. I think the fascinating thing about this game, which is only a couple of years old, that the third one, as Jake just said, is next weekend, is that it's already got a significant part in the calendar of events for rugby league, but not only for rugby league, for the nation. When you think about how long it takes to get a tradition going, this is something which has really captured people's attention and imagination very quickly. And I know that at Artie's service at Suncorp Stadium, a lot was made about the fact that he couldn't wait to get out there in a real State of Origin game and play for Queensland. And I'm sure that having his name attached to this game is only going to add to the tradition that this match has. If you think about this match, what it does, in fact, is it brings people together over a great Australian tradition, and that is watching a football game. It seems to me that this game does much for the effort about making sure that we as a community can come together and to celebrate these things over a great contest. I think that the State of Origin, if you look at that, is one of the great sporting contests in Australia, but ultimately it brings people together. This is another great sporting contest that brings people together in a different way, and I think a lot of credit needs to be given to the initiative, to Preston and to others who've been involved. We're pleased to support it as a government, pleased to join with the Australian government in supporting it, because not only is it a great event for all Australians, and in particular for Indigenous Australians and the reconciliation process, but it's a great tourism event. It's not been a great week on the Gold Coast, to say the very least, but an event like this does bring people back, and that's an important start to the year to fill up this stadium and to make sure that we can kick off 2012 with a bang. So on behalf of the government and the Premier, I'd like to particularly acknowledge the work that goes in to conducting this event, and also particularly to the Beetson family for agreeing to add their name to what is, I think, already a great Australian tradition, and long may it continue. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Andrew. As well as seeing Arthur's handprint and signature on the trophy, All-Stars Week will include many other tributes to this rugby league legend. On Harvey Norman Rugby League All-Stars game day, singer-songwriter Kev Carmody will be joined by Sarah Storer and Shane Nicholson, and will sing his signature song, From Little Things, Big Things Grow. This will include an on-field tribute to Artie. Also, as revealed here only a few weeks ago, both the Indigenous All-Stars and NRL All-Stars jerseys will include Arthur's signature, along with the message, "We play tonight in your honour." I'm now going to ask some of the players who will be playing for this trophy to join me on stage, wearing Arthur Beetson on their jersey. Can I ask Greg Bird and Luke Bailey to join me? But can I start with you? You played in the All-Stars game in 2010. Do you think it will feel different this year playing for a trophy that has such significance because it's for a figure that made such a contribution to rugby league?
Game, since it was created with the help of Preston Campbell, held great significance. But you throw on Arthur Beetson's name to the trophy, it's a whole new ball game. Not only was he a fantastic Indigenous rugby league player, he was probably one of the best rugby league players to play the game. So representation from both sides will be very strong.
Why do you think this game feels so different to other representative matches?
I think it just carries a bit more meaning. You know, obviously, no disrespect to Presto, he helped organise the game, but just, when you, like I said, pretty much when you throw in Arthur Beetson's name as a trophy and the winner takes all, it steps up a gear. It was a pretty tough challenge the first game I played a couple of years back, and I'm expecting no different. A tough game. Everyone wants to prove themselves and get their hands on this fantastic trophy.
Greg, you head into camp this week. Are you looking forward to the match this year?
Yeah, I am. The last 2 years was great. It's good getting in with a different bunch of people. You don't usually, you have your state games and your other rep games, but I think this has a special significance, I think, for the Indigenous guys.
Do you think playing for the Arthur Beetson Trophy will change things on the field on February 4th?
I don't know. It's actually a pretty big game as it is, so to have a little bit extra meaning, it's exciting.
Thanks very much, guys. There are still a limited number of tickets for the Harvey Norman Rugby League All-Stars match available through Ticketek. That concludes today's formal proceedings. We're all looking forward to watching the match next Saturday on February 4th. Thank you.
No, exactly right. I was there for the first game, and it was probably one of the biggest first games I've played in my life. But it's good to get back in the side, obviously, thanks to the people that got me here, the fans. But yeah, just a whole new ball game.